Car dealerships historically have not been received well. For every dealership staffed with hardworking and trustworthy individuals, there are several times more dealerships loaded with crooked bait-and-switch specialists. Unfortunately for the consumer, dealers are behaving more criminal-like than ever. Record low inventories, thanks to a shortage of microchips and a lot of other things, have created a much higher demand than supply. This has customers in search for a new car at wit's end just to find a car at MSRP. When, historically, customers were always able to get just about any car they wanted well below sticker price. But there's hope. Today, I'll share with you a cheat code to finding a good dealership instead of a stealership. So how do we get a good deal? We're over at Markups. Markups is pretty much a new site. It was founded by someone who got screwed over by a dealership. So go figure, they were inspired to help others to not get screwed over. So what we're looking at here is a tool to help you find dealerships that aren't marking up a specific model or a specific brand. And hopefully we can find a car in your area. So what I have pulled up right now are just the most highest ridiculous markups in the country right now. The new Z06 is one of those vehicles, $200,000 over MSRP. We have a lot of 911s in here. The Hummer EV is a recurring vehicle with markups well over $100,000. I mean, what the heck? A Blazer with a $120,000 markup? That is hilarious. And surprisingly, when we get a little bit lower on this list, which still the markups are tens of thousands over what they should be, like a Lexus LC is on there. The new Z is on there. Of course, F-150 Lightning, that doesn't surprise me. We have Broncos on here. And there are some LX600s on here as well. And I think the reason might be not because there's a huge demand for it here in the United States, but we're one of the few countries that can actually get the LX600 or the Land Cruiser. There's a 4-year waiting list in Japan and other parts of the world for the LX or the Land Cruiser. So what people are doing, they're buying it, and then you have to register it here in the States. Then there's a good chance that they're shipping it overseas, dealing these cars and selling them for well over 65K markup. They're probably selling them for like 300K. Now, there are two different search engines on this site. Scrolling down to the bottom one, let's just type in Acura. Acura sales are in the dump right now. It's not because there's a lack of demand for Acuras. There's just no production on the Acuras. The TLX was down like almost 80%. So let's look up TLX. We're going to put up zero markup here. We'll put 2022 and 2023. I don't know if 2023 models are out yet. And we're going to look up TLX. Integra may be something we'll look up next as well. And it doesn't look like there are any TLXs in the state of Florida with no markup. What about if I take out the markup? Nothing. Integra, there's nothing either. Okay, so looking at Civic, so it looks like we have Rick Case Honda that has a markup here of about $2,500 on the Civic. Just keep in mind, not every dealership is listed on here because customers are the ones reporting this to markups. Moving from the Civic to the RAV4, it looks like there's a dealer in Florida here that has no markup. Earl Stewart Toyota. So it would probably be worth driving a few hours. Now, Kia and Hyundai are out of the woods at this point. They had a positive double-digit month of sales last month compared to August of 2021. So their Kia and Hyundai are on a roll. So just looking, we got a lot more things here when it comes to the Kia. So we have as much as a $15,000 markup on the Telluride. Not surprised. These are one of the most marked up vehicles for a mass market brand, I would say. But since we have a lot on this list, let's see if we can find anything with a markup. Okay. There are no Kia dealerships apparently on this website that have a zero markup. But what if we can try our luck here and see, so not even as low as a $2,500 markup, then we start seeing markups start over $2,500. $2,895 is the cheapest. So we're going to go extremely broad here. State of Florida, and you could put in multiple states, mind you. So if you live in a tri-state area or something like that, you can put in those states and see what you can find here. we're going to see what dealerships we can find regardless of brand, because people just want a good deal at this point. And because prices are so out of control thanks to the dealers, customers aren't as picky as they used to be when it comes to buying a car. That's why loyalty is in the tank right now for luxury brands. So looking at zero markup dealerships in the state of Florida, regardless of brand, we have quite a bit. So this is where the good news starts piling in. So, I mean, shoot, zero markup on a Corvette. I find that hard to believe, but there's quite a few here. Infiniti Q50, there you go, RAV4. We found this one earlier. Subaru Forester, no markup. Lexus IS 500. Somebody has Lexus IS 500s in stock. That's hard to believe. But we have a CX5 with no markup, a Bronco. And that's interesting because Broncos are notorious for having markups on them right now. The new HRV doesn't have, well, that's the 2022. So that's the old HRV, but no markup there. So that's, even the NX Hybrid, no markup. Really like the NX 350H. And that's JM Lexus. And JM Lexus is a former Lexus Plus dealership. So what does that mean? Well, Lexus Plus was a trial program to see how customers would take to an upfront pricing scheme. Now it's working for them really, really well because they've built a reputation on saying, here's the price, here's what it is, there's no negotiation, no fees, and it was always under MSRP at these Lexus Plus dealerships. Now they just do everything at MSRP because the market has changed and they've always done market-based pricing. But here you go, JM Lexus with no markup selling at MSRP. So that's kind of one of those gold nuggets. I worked for a Lexus Plus dealership as well. And once Lexus Plus went away, when Lexus was done promoting that program, quite a few of the dealerships that we're doing is just stuck with upfront pricing because that was their new identity, or should I say the identity that they formed over the last several years, so the customers knew what they were getting. And I think that's a model that a lot of customers would really appreciate, especially in these times. No circus tricks, no jumping through hoops, no shell games going on. I want the car, tell me what it costs. I don't want to pay over MSRP. I don't want to pay your fees. I don't want to pay on your stupid dealer accessory things that nobody wants. We don't want to pay that. I want a dealership that gives me the car I want, but if I can't get it, just make the buying process as straightforward, honest, and simple as possible. And that's what these dealerships on this list are probably doing. Now, this is just one tool. I'm sure there are plenty of Facebook groups out there, as well as like Reddit forums and things like that, where you guys can find other ways of getting cars at MSRP or just getting cars at a good price that you're happy with. And most importantly, having a great dealership experience. And if you've been in the market lately for a new car in the past couple of years, what has your experience been like? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you have to pay MSRP? What was your stories with seeing cars priced at over MSRP? But also, you guys blow up the comment section with all of your experiences because I can't wait to hear about it, and also can't wait to hear your tricks to finding the best deals and, more importantly, the best dealerships for buying a car in this crazy market that we have. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button and let me know if you used markups. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just think that they're a good tool to helping the customer find a good deal. So if you've used them, let me know what your experience was and was the information they have on their site accurate. But I got to cut myself off. Make sure to subscribe for more car industry news and reviews. I will be driving the Honda CR-V Hybrid in October, but it was scheduled the exact same week as Toyota's Crown, and I was invited to the Honda one first, so we'll see what happens. I'm trying to get into that Toyota one as well. Fingers crossed, but it's not looking promising when it's essentially the same days. I don't know. I can't bilocate yet, or maybe I should hire someone. I don't know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video, and peace out.